Barca has gotten their get back and through to the Champions League, and I am so happy. We've got Americans captaining sides all over the Champions League. We've got goals from Pepe and Pulisic, assists from Gio Reyna, and we've also got a couple Americans getting some red cards and costing their team. Looking at you, Yunus Musa. We've got teams going through in the top 8. We got teams leaving the top 8. Liverpool and Barcelona swapping first and second, but staying the same at the end of the day. We've got teams getting eliminated, and somehow the evil Manchester City found a way to scrap in. Welcome back to the crossover after a hectic match day. Mayhem match day 8. I am joined by Omar. Obviously, you guys have seen him before. He was on the last episode, and today we've got a brand new guest joining the show. My boy right here, Liam. Liam, say what's up to the people.
What's up, crossover? My name's Liam. Very excited and happy to be here with you guys today to talk about the Champions League. Let's get to it.
Come on. So a little bit of context. So I met Omar in uni, like I told you guys last episode, and Liam, we actually went to high school together. He's been saying he wants to come on, so I shot him a text real quick, saying you want to come talk some Champions League, and here he is. Could not be more excited to have you both. Boys, how we feeling? What a fucking day we just had at Champions League, huh?
Yeah, all kicking off around the same time. It was a lot. It was a lot going on. A lot of the bets didn't hit, but a lot of good games. A lot of good games out there.
Omar?
I'm not happy. Yunus Musa really cost us today. I think we ended up finishing, like 13th?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something in there.
Insane drop. We were 6th or 7th before the game, and we dropped 6 or 7 positions because of one decision.
Well, it wasn't just Musa. Okay, there was a bad giveaway. We're gonna get into the Milan game here in a little bit, but 100%, I thought that was one of the games where it was like, surely this isn't gonna happen to AC Milan, but I absolutely loved it, man. You're talking about shout out Paramount Plus and the Golasso show, because I don't know how I would have watched every single damn game, but I had Benfica on one screen, the Golasso show on the other. Absolutely killed it. Paramount Plus, like honestly, the first 10 minutes were crazy. Like I was watching the Golasso show, and it looked like just like it looked like a highlight reel, straight up. It was just, I looked over, goal here, goal there, goal here, goal there. But I guess let's start from the jump. So are we liking this table format? Did you guys like the groups better? What are we saying?
I really do like the groups a lot more.
Really?
For some reason, I just feel like it's giving more of a chance to the smaller clubs. Like there's going to be clubs that don't get a single win out there, but for everyone to be ranked on the same scale, not just to be a group or anything like that. I've been liking it.
So you like the table better?
I like the table.
Oh, okay, because you said group. It's his first time on here.
Sorry, guys. I'm so nervous right now. I'm watching the highlights as we're doing the podcast, just so I know I say the right thing. I'm watching Aston Villa right now.
But yeah, so you're liking the table. I agree, man. I agree. Mm-hmm. I think the table's awesome. Especially like today, I feel like there wasn't any meaningless games.
No.
Like, I think maybe like 2 or 3 where 2 of the teams were already eliminated or couldn't move, but other than that, there was no meaningless games. I think it was an absolute success. I wish, like, a little bit, obviously you can never plan it this way. It was really only like Man City that everybody was kind of focused on with that Bruges to see if they're going to go through or not. Maybe put some bigger games towards the end, like obviously Benfica versus Juventus is a massive game and everybody was talking about it around the world. But yeah,
and
Omar,
if Benfica's lost, they'd be out.
All right, yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I told you from the jump 5-0. Talk to me. Yeah, I agree. But, like imagine we had I don't know. I was going to say like a City Liverpool, but even there it's like top and bottom. So I think it was awesome. Omar?
I like the group phase. It still gives the big teams the opportunity to do shit and still go through though, because like City got 3 wins in 8 and they still made it through. But we're seeing a lot of surprises. So I'm really that I'm pretty sure all the French teams went through. Previously, you would probably just have PSG go through the groups. Sure.
So let's start looking. So we got no movement within the top 5. We got Liverpool lost 3-2 to PSV. Liverpool with a sort of a B team, you could say, out there.
No, it was
I
a proper B team. You had Robertson at
Yeah.
center back. It was.
I still thought they were going to be able to do it, though. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, PSV had a bit more to fight for, but
They were 2-1 up until like the 45th, and then Ismail Saibiri equalized, and within like another 60 seconds they were down. So it was just like 2 late goals in the first half, and that was it.
yeah. Barca stayed at 2 as well, tied 2-2 against Atalanta. There was a little bit of like up and down in there when Barcelona was going up and Liverpool was losing, but ultimately stayed like that. Arsenal beat Girona. Girona, nothing to play for, beat them 2-1. Inter beat Monaco, who had a little bit of a chance to actually make it into the top 8, but early penalty converted, 3-0 there. Atleti beat Salzburg, who only got 1 win throughout the Champions League, and of course it was against Benfica. Ends up costing us. Had we won that game, maybe we could have been top 8, but we move. And then Leverkusen stayed in the top 8, but moved up to beating Sparta Praha 2-0, who was already eliminated to move from 8th to 6th. And now is when things start getting juicy, because we're going to talk about 2 teams who made it into the top 8.
Didn't you guys lose to Leipzig?
No, we lost to Salzburg first game. Trust me, I remember. We lost to Salzburg and we lost to Feyenoord. Those were our killers, man. Those were our killers. Aston Villa moved up to the top 8. Let's we made it through. We're gonna be all right. 4-2 to Celtic. Celtic had a very small chance again to make it into the top 8. Morgan Rogers brace in 2 minutes. I think it was like the 8th and 10th minute, something like that. Morgan Rogers puts them up. Oh, no, 3rd and 5th minute, my bad. Looking like Villa was going to run away with it. Adam Iba, brace in 2 minutes again. Scores in the 36th and 38th, tied at 2. Ollie Watkins, 60th minute, scores. Then probably has the worst pen that I have ever seen. Did you guys see that Ollie Watkins penalty?
Yeah.
Did you see the Morgan Rogers goals?
They were nice.
Second goal was very good. I was like, why can you not do that for my fantasy team?
All right, Omar, we're not focused. We're focused on Champions League here, all right, buddy?
No, I think Aston Villa has completely forgotten about the Premier League, and they're putting
100%.
everything they have right now towards the Champions League.
100%.
Because they're playing so well. You see them top 8, it's insane. But in the Prem, you just don't see it right now.
They're still doing, like, recently they've been a lot better. It's just that everyone in the Prem is decent now. Like, Bournemouth have been on an insane run against, like, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle. And they're still in 7th. So Aston Villa being just like 3 points behind Chelsea, 4 or 5 behind Newcastle, City. They're in a decent spot. The table just doesn't really show that.
Yeah, no.
I think Unai Emery as well, like, when it comes to tournaments, like, he's going to be a very, very hard to eliminate.
Yeah, his Europa League history is out of this world.
Yeah. Did you guys see that that Arsenal tried to bid for Ollie Watkins?
Really?
And, yeah.
Really?
And then
I missed that.
he shut it down within 7 minutes, apparently. Within
Ollie
7
or
minutes,
Unai?
Unai shut it down. Unai shut it down within 7 minutes. But then Morgan Rogers, 91st minute, hat trick.
I would have thought about it for Duran.
Yeah. Go ahead, Liam.
No, just because you have Duran, I feel like it would be something to consider.
Especially
like we were talking about before the pod. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about Villa now, let's talk about Duran. Obviously, everybody was hyping him up, and he obviously has a lot of skill. It just came out that 21, he is deciding to move to Al Nassr. What do we think of that decision?
I think that's an end of a career decision, that it's a little bit early to be going to, Al Nassr. I get it. It's very attractive. There's a lot of money. But I feel like all these players fight so much to get to the Premier League, to show out in the Premier League.
Got a point.
And to leave at 21, if he's thinking about like a legacy, it's hard to leave a legacy, in Saudi Arabia.
100%.
Staying in England, into your like 25, 26, I feel like at that point you make that kind of move, but can't fault him for it. And he could always come back, but I feel like once you leave the Prem, coming back, people do it all the time, but I don't know. But I like him. He's a good player. I actually am most upset that I'm not going to be able to watch him as much because he's been showing out anytime he's been on the field. But I don't watch the Saudi Arabian games enough.
You tell me that you're not waking up on a Saturday morning and saying, "Yo, who does Al Nasser play today? I need to watch."
No. I got to get on that time though.
Honestly, he's very exciting, but I get it. Like, he's making probably 60, 70K after he renewed pre-tax, and then he's probably making at least 300K in Saudi, maybe 250, and then that's not taxed. That's not going to be taxed as well. They don't tax football players there, and the Saudi Pro League, the leaders there, they said we're going out for these talents now. This summer they signed Angelo Gabriel from Chelsea, the right winger, Brazilian right winger. He's 21. He went to Al Nassr. He was very good at Strasbourg last year. They signed Ruben Neves. They're looking to sign players that they're not trying to do what the MLS used to do, basically, which is sign players that are just way over the hill.
Yeah, I agree. They are trying to sign some younger players. I don't hate this move, and we were talking about it a bit before the pod, but being 21, I get it. Listen, the Premier League is the top of the top. Playing in Champions League, this is where you fight, get better, make a name for yourself. But I think that because he's 21, it's not going to close the door to the Prem. I think we're going to see him go out there 2, 3, maybe 4 years, keep developing himself as a player. He's going to be around like a lot of leaders and stuff, and I think he's going to find his way back to the Prem. I brought up the example of Jota, how Jota went out there, kind of made his money, and now just announced that he's back at Celtic. Obviously, coming back to a Celtic versus coming back to a Premier League side is going to look very, very different. But I don't hate it. And honestly, when I was 21, you told me, yo, come live in Saudi and you're getting X amount, I'm there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault him. I see a lot of people in the media saying he was hard to deal with and he had problems and this and that. That it says a lot about his character.
He just wanted to play.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to be a bona fide starter. I think if he's getting the minutes that Ollie Watkins is getting, I don't think he makes the move.
Yeah,
honestly.
probably, yeah, for sure.
But he wasn't a certified starter.
And to be fair, it seems like Villa are just into a lot of financial trouble. They sold... They had this deal with Everton over the summer. It was pretty much a money move to guarantee both of them were breaking even last year. And then they sold Diaby to the Saudi League. Saudi's getting everyone out of trouble. They got Chelsea out of trouble 2 years ago. They're getting Duran to help Villa probably for 80 mil. Like they'll be good for years now.
Yeah, and I think I brought it up as well before the pod. The real winner in this is the Chicago Fire. I mean, Chicago Fire, I don't know exactly what the sell-on clause was, what that percentage was, but they're getting some kickback from this deal, even if it is like 10%. You're looking at $8 million coming to the Chicago Fire, obviously to bring it back a little bit to the MLS. Chicago made some great moves this offseason as well. They got Greg Berhalter out there. Now you're going to give him a little bit more of a budget, so should be exciting for the MLS as well. But there we have it. Villa into the top 8, automatically qualified for the round of 16. And then probably the biggest surprise of the whole tournament so far. We talked about them in the last episode, how they are an absolute giant killer this year. Lille certified themselves as a top 8 team. I thought that they'd be squeezing to get in there. They lost their first match to Sporting, and then after that, they go on to beat Real Madrid, beat Atletico Madrid, tie Juve, beat Bologna, beat Sturm Graz, lost 2-1 to Liverpool, playing with 10 men for 30 minutes. They equalized after going down to 10 men, and then they get a massive result tonight, 6-1 against Feyenoord. Biggest goal-scoring day on the day, but 3 own goals for Feyenoord. The same Feyenoord who beat Bayern Munich 3-0 last weekend.
Andrew to City. They started this City disaster when they came back from 3-0 down.
Oh,
and then to
facts.
City.
You're right. You're right. You're right. So Lille, man, holy cow! I mean, you brought it up. Every single French team making it through.
Yeah, they were just
Shout out
very
Jonathan
serious.
David.
They were just
Shout out
serious
Jonathan
about it.
David putting on for Canada, man. Do you guys think that would you be scared if your team is playing Lille? Like, do you think that they got lucky, they pulled off some results, or do you think that they're legitimate contenders in the
No.
Champions League now?
I'm definitely scared. If I'm Real Madrid, I'm scared of Lille right now. If I'm City, I'm terrified of Lille right now. Just because they could score, they know how to score, and they've been doing it well for these past games. And yeah, to tie against Liverpool, like
Yeah.
you're doing well. I'd be scared. They're gonna go far in this tournament, I believe. Hoping Milan doesn't run into them early on.
No,
I mean-
I don't think we can. I think they're facing the winner of PSG and Benfica or something like that.
Ooh, Benfica, scared.
No problem, no problem. Bring on Jonathan David. I mean, we just brought up Villa. I mean,
No, that's
I just-
that's Monaco. That's Monaco. I read the table wrong.
I think you're getting the Frenchies mixed up. A bit
Yeah.
racist out of you, but it's okay with me. We're looking at Lille. I just looked it up. They're fifth in League One. I mean, you
Yeah,
look at some of these
I've
teams-
watched them play against Marseille like this year. They're not as good as they play in the UCL. I just feel like
That's
when the big teams come calling, like, and they're properly onto it, they properly care about the game, they'll know what to do. But playing away at Lille is incredibly difficult.
It's crazy, man. I mean, we talk about it again and again. The way that this table format is setting up, it's like kind of quote unquote the Super League. I mean, these guys, man, Lille and Villa both just fully focused on Champions League. I think that this is awesome, man. I think we're in for a lot of surprises still yet to come.
I was thinking today, I was looking at just odds for future bets of who's to win the Champions League. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like you could choose Liverpool, that's a safe bet, but I wouldn't be confident saying Liverpool's going to go on and win this at this point, you know?
Right, 100%, 100%. And if the audience now knows that apparently Liam has a gambling addiction. Okay?
No.
It's about the third time you brought up gambling. All right, we need a sponsor out here.
No. I was just checking, you know?
Yeah, just casual scroll on the shitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
But being that those two teams got in, two teams needed to make some room for them. And the first, I don't know if you want to take this one away, Omar. Apparently it seems like both of you guys are Milan fans. I didn't even know that Liam was a Milan fan. Atalanta and AC Milan both out of the top 8. Let's start with the most surprising one, Milan. Talk to me, boys. What happened?
I hate going to Zagreb at this point. Tuchel got sacked there a few years ago. Milan get dropped out of the top 8 here this time. I don't know what they do there. I just don't know. It sucks playing against these guys.
I mean, maybe I just don't know Zagreb like that, but I mean, if I needed to bet the house, since we're keeping it on gambling, on one game today, it would have been that Milan pulls off at least a tie. At least a tie.
I think a tie would have put us. Nah, a tie would not have put us through.
But
Yeah.
Milan does this in the Serie A, in the Champions League. Whoever they're playing against, they play to that level. Against Real Madrid, you saw them put on a show against Real Madrid. And then, they're versing teams that are battling relegation in the Serie A, and they're struggling to beat them. They're struggling to score a single goal. And I think, maybe it's a culture thing. Maybe it's, new manager coming in. But, they play to the level of their opponent every single week. And, this week they played to their level. Musa with a red card very early. I kind of was expecting something kind of like this as a Milan fan for this year. We Super Cope, we win Coppa Italia. Yeah, we win that. We get to beat Inter, but you come back here and you lose to Zagreb. So
Right.
I knew it was gonna happen.
We just didn't have right back today, which sucked. Walker cannot be registered yet. Emerson's injured. I'm pretty sure Calabria, even though he just fought with Conceição, but even if he wanted to use him, he would not have been able to. I think he's on a suspension. And then you have that. You have Morata, who, like, I honestly can't wait until Conceição decides to play the Francisco Camarada, the youngster, because Morata, Abraham, whoever's up top, they're just not cutting
Why
it.
wouldn't Milan try and get Duran, Omar? Why wouldn't Milan try and get a
He's too
player like that?
expensive. He's too expensive. Last week we released a video talking about Santi Jimenez to
Yeah,
Milan,
is it
which is
happening?
basically confirmed. I don't think so because we can't afford it. They want a little bit more money, and we just don't have the money.
So is Santi staying at Feyenoord? I thought this was like
I don't know.
set in stone. Santi and Walker are coming over.
Yeah, I thought it was just waiting for them to finish the group phase, but it seems like he's not coming. At least for now, at this point. I hope we bring him in or Camarada starts playing because I'm tired of seeing Morata, honestly.
Teddy Abraham's better.
Shout out Tammy Abraham. What a guy.
Tammy Abraham's better.
This past and present Chelsea side playing for Milan. They're just collecting our pensioners here.
I looked it up, and the first headline I see is Milan's laughable offer to sign Santi Jimenez. And then the next one says 72 decisive hours as Milan prepared to put together another 35 to 40 million bid. Yeah. So we'll see.
They probably want more than that.
I mean, Santi Jimenez was a guy that Benfica was looking to sign before he went to Feyenoord. Absolute dog. I mean, we talked about it in last week's video. Would be massive for Milan, but I also saw something on Twitter saying that apparently Conceição was a big João Felix fan. So if you want to add to that Chelsea past and present, maybe you go pick up a João Felix and throw him up top. You know,
like I love the guy. Maresca just isn't willing to try to play him and Palmer together. Mm-hmm. So maybe he could go to Milan for like the next 6 months and just see how it goes. Because Leao has been very off of it. Like last game, he subbed off Leao and Theo in the league at halftime because they were both incredibly bad. And Theo hasn't been good this year. Leao hasn't been good. So that left-hand side.
Leao scored the only goal for you in the Champions League last weekend.
No, I'm talking about the.
Actually, sell both of them.
I'm talking about the league.
Sell it all.
The theory, Joe.
Hit up Saudi. Who do they want next?
They'd pay a pretty penny for Theo and Leao.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
Theo Hernandez to Al Hilal, he'd probably go for like 100 comfortably.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys don't want him, we'll take him at Benfica.
I love the guys. They just need to fix up, and Conceição will get them too.
Next game we had Atalanta taking on Barcelona. Okay, so Zagreb, just to finish that one off, Zagreb ends up not making it through and also gets eliminated.
It was close, though. Like a few more goals here and there with Zagreb and the City game, and they could have made it through over Club Brugge.
Yep, 100%. I think it was 3-goal differential, no?
And if Benfica did not win today, they would have been through as well over Benfica.
Sucks to suck, pal. Move on. Atalanta taking on Barcelona. Barcelona could have secured first place with a win and a Liverpool loss or draw, I believe.
They had to lose. Liverpool had to lose. Yeah.
Atalanta needing to win to stay in the top 8. 0-0 at half. Yamal scores in the 47th. Ederson in the 67th.
Did you see the ball from Rafinha to Yamal?
Honestly, they're both overrated. I want to see them again in the Champions League. We'll talk about that later. Araujo, 72nd minute, 2-1. Pasalic in the 79th.
Ex-Chelsea ball there.
Big Chelsea guy over here. Result that keeps Barcelona in second, move Atalanta to 9th, and just miss out on automatic qualification. Are we surprised? I thought Atalanta... I was honestly expecting a beat team
not an easy game. Barca really wanted the first place. They went with like basically a full starting 11 outside of Kubarsi, who still came on. But Atalanta were close to winning this like a few times. Their second goal was also incredible. Martin Duran with an amazing pass into Pasalic, who finished it off well, but it was just the pass. The passes this game were incredible.
Yeah,
I watched a
I
bit
was
more of this game.
expecting a Barca B team.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why. Like, again, we're gonna talk about the bracket here at the end. It is kind of confusing. I don't really see a draw between having first or second. Maybe bragging rights. I don't know, but
Yeah, it seems
Atalanta
like no.
just missed it out.
I'm pretty sure the only big difference is just the money. First gets three
Oh,
extra
you get
million.
paid.
Yeah, first gets 3 extra million, and pretty Barcelona are crying for
Barcelona needed that.
for anything. They're
Barcelona
selling grass
needed
out there.
Barcelona needed that. Teams that qualified tonight. Okay, obviously we had a lot of games, so obviously we're not going super in depth into all of them. I kind of just picking out some of the movement that we saw. Club Brugge, who probably had their most viewed ever game tonight. I'm sure nobody has ever watched or cheered for Club Brugge as much as today. They had the
I was
chance.
panicking. I thought, I genuinely, at halftime, I was like, there's no way they do it, and City just lose. They scored
But
right
you,
before right before the half, and I was like in shock.
but you wanted City through?
Yeah,
Really, dude?
yeah.
I'm sure everybody would have been so happy to see
Pep
City.
lover over here forever. Honestly, I respect the guy so much.
Anyways, the problem started before the game. Did you guys see that there was a fire in like one of the team shops
Nah.
right outside, right in one of the entrances? It like all went up in flames. Apparently, City was supposed to have Marmouche and the new center back there to kind of meet some of the fans in the team shop, and somehow it all just went up in flames. Um, game start was going to get delayed, ends up not getting delayed. And then, like you said, right before halftime, Bruges goes up 1-0. And honestly, I was buzzing. I was so ready for City to be gone. And then the second half was nice, man. I mean, it was frantic. City came out and said, listen, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose by 3, but we're going to go for everything right now. And kind of looked like a basketball game, just end-to-end stuff.
Guardiola is basically playing as a striker now. Against Chelsea, he had the most chances today. The second goal, the own goal that Bruce scored, was just him being in the 6-yard box, squaring it into the across the face of the goal, and the Bruges defender helps it in. He's doing so much on that left hand side for Pep's side.
But we got to talk about the other side because Matheus Nunes cannot play fullback. I don't know what Pep is trying
They're
to
not
put
being
here.
linked to right backs either.
I know. I don't
It's
get.
the-
Did you see what Matheus Nunes did today, as well as what he did against PSG versus Barcelona?
And against Chelsea, and like he just
He's
hasn't
getting
been good.
cooked.
Yeah.
He's getting left out there to dry. I don't get it.
I'm pretty sure
And
he
then
just
sec-
wants to play Rico Lewis there at some point. He just wants to properly set up his defense first.
But why not just throw him out there now? I don't get that.
I think Nunes is a bit more robust. Let's say that at least Rico Lewis is probably defensively at least weaker than Trent. He's just so
Yeah.
physically weak as well.
So you're saying that they're throwing some protein shakes in him before they throw him out there?
They have to at this point. He's just he costs them a lot, but he's really helpful on the ball.
And then Mingole as well, the Bruges goalkeeper. I think he's very poorly beaten on the second and third goal. Like the own goal, of course they scored an own goal. I don't know if Pep talked to this guy and said, "Hey, bud, we'll sign you next season. Just score an own goal out there for us, get us through here." Probably one of the worst own goals that I've seen in a while. First of all, Mingole is past the first post, basically standing out of bounds, and then this guy just basically passes it right into the net. Like, are we serious right now, dude? Are we serious? This is
That
how we're
name-
gonna let City get away with it?
That name brings back nightmares for the Liverpool fans, but yeah, it's to be expected. He's a very error-prone keeper. And we saw that in the Prem for Sunderland and Liverpool. We always see that no matter how many years of experience he gets, he's going to consistently make these mistakes. But I think it's tough on the defender. He had to get a touch on the ball, or else someone else was going to tap it in. So,
Not wrong, but I just hate that it went out like that. Honestly, I know Liam was also hoping for the City fucking breakdown. Unless it was on the parlay, then
No, it's good television whenever City doesn't do it. When City doesn't do well, when United doesn't do well, you know there's going to be a headline. You
it's
can
true.
watch Sky Sports the next day.
You know the crossover's coming out tomorrow. Bruges narrowly squeezes in, courtesy of PSG beating Stuttgart. So we see both of these teams go through. Bruges was already through, I believe, at the start of the day, or were they out? I'm not too sure how that one was. I think that they were already in, right?
At the start of the
Start of the
day,
day, yeah, they were. They were in at 20th, and now they get in at 24th. So
squeezing by.
squeezing. And then we had the other game that winner goes through between so-called PSG and Stuttgart. Now, again, both teams would have gone through with a tie. I feel like Stuttgart, they had to have sent somebody over there, be like, hey guys, maybe we could work something out here. Maybe we could handle this and just go for a tie, but would not be, because in the 6th minute, PSG get off with a goal, and it was just playing with them. Absolutely playing with Stuttgart. Dembele, he's never scored more than one goal in the Champions League. He got himself a hat trick. 17th, 35th, 54th. Pacho scored an own goal in the 77th. That was the only goal that Stuttgart got. And Stuttgart out. Now, my question, I kind of brought this up on last week's episode as well with Omar. Once Kvaratskhelia joins this team, I legitimately think that it might be a better PSG than the Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe PSG.
That's a crazy take. That's a crazy.
they're probably like more physically there to play. Mbappe is not helpful off the ball. Messi was like in his 30s. Neymar does not press, so I get that. But also,
They look fun.
their best player currently is going to get played out of position.
Dembele?
Bradley Barcola.
No, I think Barcola stays on the left wing. I think Dembele goes back to the right, and
And then
Kvara's
where are you
playing
playing
striker.
Kvara?
I think he plays striker. I'm trusting that Luis Enrique has a plan, but I think that that's the only way that
I'm
you
pretty
can
sure
do it.
Barcola will have to play centrally, but we'll see.
I think it's going to be like PSG is just fun to watch. I mean, we put out the video of saying Vitinha and João Neves, absolutely love the two in the middle. Then we have those three up top. We've got Nuno Minge and who's their right back?
Hakimi.
Bro, you tell me that's not an exciting team?
Yeah, but why are teams doing this? Why are teams doing the thing where they buy a player that plays the position of a player that you have
Yeah.
that starts? Like, why is Real Madrid doing
It's
that? Why are
not
these
just
teams-
even a player that you have. Like Barcola has been out of this world this year. He's carried them. Like last week against City, they were 2-0 down. They were out of the game, and he just decided, like, that's it. I'm coming. I'm coming in. I'm going to win this game. Dribble past Matash Nunes at the wing. Great cutback to Dembele. Second goal he scores. He was insane.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he is.
again, like I said, I think Luis Enrique has to have a plan, right? Because if you're bringing him in,
I hope.
or it's just one of those things where it's like, you know what, this guy's good, bring him in, and we'll figure it out then. Which I
Yeah.
hope it's not the latter.
Same. This is just like I just fear it's a Nasser Khalifi signing, which is this insane player is available.
Sorry, who? Are we supposed to get that reference?
Yes, he's the chairman.
Oh, the chairman of PSG. Facts. No. What was his name again?
Nasser El Khalifi.
Nasser El Khalifi. Facts. Shout out El Nasser.
I just fear it's going to be one of his signings whenever he's like, oh, what an amazing player, let's just sign him, and there's like no use for him in the squad. He did that with Julian Draxler. He did that with a couple others. Like I'll try to think of a few more. Paredes. there was no reason to sign him. A few other players, they just sign when there's like no place for them, even in the squad in general. He did that with Hatem bin Arfa out of Nice a few
Facts.
years ago.
I mean, I'm here for it, bro. Honestly, just throw them three up there and be like, honestly, all three of you just float around and do whatever. I
And
feel
they
like
can't do a bad job.
exactly, bro. And you look at Kvaratskhelia, like he works in like whenever the game gets crazy and everybody's kind of just floating.
Yeah.
And the fourth kit, their kit is so nice. That dark blue with the Jordan wings.
You said you
completely
wanted
obsessed.
it a few weeks ago.
I did, bro. I'm still waiting for you to buy it for me. João Neves on the back and long sleeve, please. And then João Neves. Are you kidding me? Vitinha's. I think this might be my second favorite team after Benfica, bro. Or third, I guess. Shout out to New York Red Bulls. But bro, it's exciting. It's exciting. Do you guys think that they got a legitimate chance at Champions League? Like imagine as soon as Mbappe leaves, they win the Champions League against Madrid in the final. Cinema.
I would love that.
Cinema.
I would love that. But I don't think they have it.
Honestly, I love Luis Enrique, so I'm all for it for him. I don't like PSG as a club. I don't like how they're run, but I have so much respect for Luis Enrique and what he's done wherever he's gone. So
You don't like how PSG is run, but you wanted City through today?
yeah.
How? They're run the
'Cause-
same damn way.
No, I'm not even talking about the oil money. I'm talking about the ideas and the people run properly, like running the football club.
Oh, facts. Nasser, what was it again?
Nasser Al-Khelaifi, yeah.
Yeah,
PSG
fuck
are
that guy. Fuck that guy.
because Man City in 2010, when they wanted to bring in Pep, they just brought in the people that would help Pep and build a proper team and build everything for him to come in and succeed.
So you're saying that PSG is more like just go buy the big stars, sell the jerseys, and
Well,
then let the coach figure it
they
out?
used to be exactly this until a year ago, and Nasser Al-Khelaifi came out and he was like, "I'm going to bring players that are French-based that are good. I'm not going to break the records anymore and sign the Mbappes, the Neymars. I'm going to make my own stars." And then 4 months later, he goes and signs Kvara for 75 mil. So
I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. And I'm here
he's too
for it.
good not to work, but we'll see.
How much do you think Napoli is gonna miss him? Like, is Napoli just rebuild season?
If they sign Garnacho, I still think they win the league.
I don't think they signed Garnacho. I don't think United lets go of Garnacho.
They don't have the money. They don't have the money, and they just need to have some money for Ruben Amorim, and they just don't have money.
So you think
And
that they do sign
Garnacho does
Garnacho?
not. Yeah, he does not really fit the 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 with the two floating tens. So if they
Leo?
can get 50-60 mil out of him, sure.
Yeah.
Liam,
Yeah.
big United guy. Would you be sad if he left, or would you be
No.
like, I get it?
No, I think Amorim's done a really good job of gaining the trust of the fans. Mm-hmm. So I trust Amorim. I want to see Amorim ball. So whatever decisions he makes, I'm kind of behind it. Man United has done nothing but make terrible signings the past
Facts.
5 to almost 10 years now. So I think, and that's not Ruben. He's not going to be able to make these signings, but
Right.
I like how he has control of the squad. I wouldn't be devastated to see Garnacho go, but then also Napoli are doing phenomenally right now. Like
It's that first season Conte syndrome where he just comes in, does extremely well, he typically wins the league, and then things just crash after that.
it's crazy.
Yeah, but what you were saying with Amorim, like I that was like one of the first things I said when Amorim went over, because obviously I watched him at Sporting, and he took like Sporting, which was a broken club, hadn't won the league in 20 years, had no real identity. Like the Portuguese league, I keep bringing it back to Benfica, but it was always Benfica, Porto. He came in, established an identity, and I feel like that's exactly what United needed as well, because for so long, United had that identity, had the aura, and I feel like he's bringing it back. Rashford gone. I don't know where he's going to go.
I would love Milan to get him. I would love for Milan to have him.
Nah. A player like him. Nah, he would not like. Maybe he works at Milan, but you cannot have him and Leao in the same team.
You don't think so?
Nah, not at all. They want to pick up the same places. They do very similar things. Leao's a much better ball carrier than Rashford. Rashford's probably a better finisher, but I mean, they both lose the ball a lot. They both don't necessarily track back or defend. You can't have two, like, basically two players that have zero presence of the ball in the modern game. You went through a period where the tens were cancelled from football due to that reason.
Yeah. So where do you think is one place that Rashford can land that you'd be like, okay, I see it. Other than the New York Red Bulls, of course.
I want him to make a fun move, like go to like Inter
Villa.
or Juve or.
He can't.
If he goes to Italy, I'd love him to go to Inter or Juve, but I'd love for him to.
Yildiz is on the left, no?
Who? Yeah, but Yildiz can also play in the 10. He's actually good at playing the 10. And they just don't. And he's currently playing the 10 as well because they have this Belgian youngster. I can't remember his name. It was like Mbangula or something like that.
Yeah.
Very good winger.
I don't see him leaving the Prem.
He has to though. Like
then just go like, yeah, probably for the wages he has to stay in the Prem. But like, where's he going to go?
He's not going to want to go take a pay cut anywhere.
Yeah, but like let's look at the table. Liverpool, they have like 3 left wingers. Arsenal, they need a left winger, but it's not going to be Rashford. Nottingham.
Is there anybody even like coming out saying like we want Rashford? Like any team?
No one. He's on like $250K a week. No one can afford that.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Do you think he ends up staying though?
Probably just because no one comes in for him, but I'd honestly love for him to somehow end up. Even Villa, where is he going to play? He could play at left attacking mid for Villa, but not for an Unai Emery side. Not for an Unai Emery side. I don't know.
Well, the problem seems to be like Amorim came in and wanted everybody to like train hard and go hard 24/7, and I guess he didn't do that, and now there's like talk saying that they're not even on speaking terms. So even if he does stay,
it's because of that stupid interview as well. What was he thinking with that interview?
Amorim?
He came out and he was like, I want a new challenge and like.
Rashford, yeah.
I thought you were talking about Amorim saying, "I'd rather play the goalkeeper coach than play somebody."
He dealt. Amorim dealt with it super well. He was like, yeah, we're here. We're a new challenge, and like he just played it off like very casually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see.
What is
Rashford...
it with United left wingers in these interviews?
I think United needs Jack Grealish.
As a left 10, I think it suits him to a T.
Yeah,
and he's not getting time at City, is he?
No, I mean he had his first goal in over a year the other week when they lost, but
when they lost against PSG.
Yeah,
first club.
But
the Cavs are still there. I'll tell you that much. The Cavs are still there.
They are.
All right, let's bring this back. Yeah, so Stuttgart, only team that got eliminated. City, the only team that was eliminated and ended up going through. Sporting had a very close call, taking on Bologna, who was already eliminated. Sporting needed at least a tie to qualify. Went down in the 21st minute. Harder, who is the Gyökeres replacement. Speaking of United, Gyökeres.
Is he linked?
I mean, Ruben Amorim literally made him. I think.
Yeah, he was linked to go for a summer transfer. Not now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said I'll leave, but I'm gonna leave Gyökeres here till the summer. So Harder, who Amorim had signed before he left, saying that this is going to be Gyökeres' replacement, scores in the 77th minute to tie it and make sure that they stay in and qualify Bologna, who is already out. Again, bringing it back to Benfica. Hate Sporting when we play them, but so happy for them. Anytime a Portuguese team does well, I hope that Porto can qualify tomorrow as well in the Europa League.
Yeah, see, that's me with English teams as well, because I'm always like, the English Premier League is the best league in the world, and people keep arguing that it's harder to play in La Liga, it's harder to play wherever, and it's comfortably the Premier League, and that's why I want the Premier League to just do well in Europe, because we've seen how the UEFA seemingly don't want that. When the disaster class between Chelsea and Barcelona happened in 2009, when it was going to be the second full English final back-to-back. So, yeah. England.
You say that the Prem is the best in the world, but have you ever played on a cold, rainy night in Harrison, New Jersey? I didn't think so, all right? So watch your mouth there. Watch your mouth. So to round it all up and start looking forward, top 8, Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter, Atleti, Leverkusen, Lille, and Villa all automatically through to the round of 16. They will have home field advantage in that round of 16, meaning that the first game will be played away, and they will have that second game at home. Then 9 to 24th, looking to play into the round of 16. We have Atalanta, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, AC Milan, who all missed top 8 by just 1 point. PSV, PSG, and Benfica, those will be the home field advantages for this pre-round of 16. And then Monaco, Brest, Feyenoord, Juventus, Celtic, Man City, Sporting, and Club Brugge, meaning that the teams eliminated are Dinamo Zagreb, who is eliminated by only a difference of 3 goals, Stuttgart, who gets eliminated by 1 point, Shakhtar Donetsk, Bologna, Crvena Kvaratskhelia, Sturm Graz, Sparta Praha, Leipzig, Girona, Salzburg. Bad year for Red Bull organization. Bad year. Both teams out. Klopp has a lot of work to do. Slovan Bratislava and Young Boys, who both got 0 points and together had a negative 41 goal differential.
Wow. I just wanted to ask you a question. What was that Kvaratskhelia team? What did you say?
Napoli.
Nah, Crvena Zvezda.
Red Star Belgrade.
Yup. UCL winners in 1991.
Facts. I remember that one. What a night of Champions League. Absolutely loved the table. So yeah, that wraps it up, boys. That was crazy. I absolutely loved today. So now let's look forward real quick. So now we have the draw on Friday, and my understanding was that teams 9 through 16 were going to be placed into one pot, and the rest were going to go into another pot, and they were just going to draw it like that. But apparently that's not the case. There is a bracket that was already predetermined before the Champions League started. I will pop that up on the screen while we speak over this. So we kind of already know who some of these opponents are going to be. Again, the draw will be on Friday, so once everything is official, we will come back and discuss it and do a bit more in-depth preview. Liam, if you want to join, you will more than welcome to come back for that. But
leave a comment below if you want me to join.
Is Liam coming back or not? Let me know. We have PSG either playing Monaco or Brest, and Benfica either playing Monaco or Brest. Any of that excite you guys?
Brest, yeah.
Love Brest. Love Brest.
Doing his best. Have you guys seen any of the Michael Richards?
Yeah.
Like, honestly amazing. And Brest ended up sending him a kit.
Saying, I love
they
Brest.
wrote, I love Brest on the back. And like,
so
I love
good.
Michael Richards, honestly.
So good. Yeah, obviously, Benfica, we beat Monaco earlier in the Champions League 3-2. Or Brest, I would rather play Monaco.
Did you guys see the Real Madrid play Bayern?
No. It's either Real Madrid or Bayern play Celtic or City.
Oh
so
my God! I was like, "There's no way we're doing this in the round of 32. That's insane."
Nope. But in the round of 32,
that's just that's a pre-final basically.
But in the round of 32, we're getting either City Real Madrid or City Bayern.
Yeah.
Ooh.
One of the teams on top plays one of the teams on the bottom.
Yeah.
So we do have some exciting matchups that we could be looking forward to. We could be seeing a Milan versus Juventus.
Wow.
We could be seeing City Madrid, City Bayern Munich. We could be seeing Celtic Madrid. That would be awesome. We could see Atalanta
Wait, so
Atalanta
City
Bruges
are
or Sporting.
facing either Madrid or Bayern. That's
Yes.
still a big game. Damn.
That is going to be the game.
That's probably
of,
the biggest game.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we're gonna see Madrid or Bayern. Well, we're gonna see whoever comes out of those four is gonna play Atletico or Leverkusen. So we could be seeing a Madrid derby here in the round of 16 as well. Looking forward, we could be seeing a PSG versus Liverpool or Barcelona. So we could be seeing, like, look at all the Italians right there. We've got Juventus could play AC Milan, and then the winner could go play Inter. There's a lot of storylines that could be developing here. I mean, a Dortmund versus a Villa could be good. Dortmund versus Lille, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm loving it. We'll be back Friday once we kind of figure out everything that is how it's going to fall into place. But boys, what a fucking day. Shout out the Champions League. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed talking it over. For everybody watching, let us know. Does Liam come back, or is he getting the boot after one episode? All right. And if you've made it this far, make sure to like the video, subscribe, comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We've got all of our links down below as well. This has been the crossover, the Champions League. It's awesome. We'll be back on Friday. We're out of here. Oh, also, real quick, I want to announce right now. I know we've been doing a lot of player interviews. Those have kind of stopped for right now because the New York Red Bulls are down in Florida. They're doing their preseason, and I believe that they get back either today or tomorrow. We've got a couple interviews lined up, so I'm thinking that next week I'm going to be recording a whole bunch of interviews. Should I leak some of the people who are going to be coming on, or should I just
give
wait?
him a little teaser. Give him a hint.
Should I give them a little something? All right, who do I give them? I think this will get the boys going. We will have Serge and Goma coming on, so that should be a good conversation. If you guys aren't following the Instagram, I'll put up a little box where you guys can ask some questions to Serge. And, keep your guys out for that. Friday, reactions to the bracket, and then next week we're back with some more player interviews. I'm trying to venture outside of the Red Bulls as well, so let me know down in the comments who you guys want me to interview. The vlogs are coming back soon for the New York Red Bulls. Everything's heating up. I've been yapping. We're out of here.
Thanks for having us.